Hey guys, so today's video is going to be clearing the air about what my situation in life is. So many people seem to be confused whether I'm single, dating somebody. I finally feel like I'm ready to make this video, and I've contemplated making this video for like about a month or so now, and I just really wasn't sure if I was ready to talk about it with you guys, but I'm finally ready, and here goes. I am single. No, I'm not dating this guy, because for some reason, everywhere I go, people think that I'm dating him. No, I'm sorry, girls. Yes, I know he's beautiful, but he is not heterosexual, so that would just kind of be impossible. So as some of you may know, if you follow my videos, I moved to Los Angeles with my ex-boyfriend back in August. I've never been the person to like write a lot of stuff about my relationship on social media. I don't feel the need to advertise my relationship on the internet. But you know, of course, I've always wanted to make like boyfriend tag videos with my ex-boyfriend. I always wanted to, you know, include him in some of my YouTube videos, but my ex-boyfriend was never really interested in my YouTube channel. I actually don't think he's even really watched like any of my videos or really doesn't know anything about my YouTube channel, which is one of the reasons that, you know, I mean, not saying that YouTube was the reason that I broke up with my boyfriend, but I'm just saying his like lack of involvement in my life and lack of interest in me and the things that I do was definitely one of the things that led to like the downfall of our relationship. So shortly after moving to Los Angeles, we started fighting a lot more than we usually do, and I guess that can be attributed to the fact that we lived together and we'd never lived together previous to that. And a lot of the times when couples who've been together for a long time decide to move in together, it kind of like makes or breaks them, and in my situation it kind of broke the relationship. But it wasn't just the fact that we lived together, it was a lot of factors aside from that as well that I kind of really don't want to air out on YouTube, so I'm just gonna leave it at we both grew apart and we both wanted different things out of life. There was really nothing that could be done to save the relationship, and at that point I kind of gave up, and for a while I did string the relationship along just for the sake of it, because sometimes when you're with somebody for a long time, and I was with my ex-boyfriend for 4 years, you have a hard time putting an end to it because you're just so used to that person being around all the time, and then at the same time you don't want to feel like you just wasted the past 4 years of your life with somebody. If it's not working, it's not working. If you're not happy, you're not going to be happy. So just get out of the relationship and give yourself and your ex-partner the opportunity to be happy, because it's not going to be with you. The past 4 years were not a waste, and that I didn't waste my time with this person at all. That in fact the past 4 years were a learning experience. It taught me a lot about what I want and what I look for in a potential boyfriend. Well, a lot of people ask me, Stephanie, are you okay? And honestly, I could not be better. I'm in such a good place in my life right now. I'm just very happy with myself. I'm very confident. I feel like I'm doing what I want to do, and I feel almost fortunate because I'm not going through that whole like heartbroken depression type thing that a lot of people go through after like a relationship ends. I have given myself a lot of time in this relationship to realize that it's just simply not going to work, and I think that I kind of started the moving on process a little bit earlier because I knew that the relationship was heading in a negative direction. My advice to you guys, if you're coming out of a relationship, sometimes yes, it can be hard, but there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to eventually meet somebody that makes you happier. Another piece of advice that I have is don't rebound. I have had such a bad past history of rebounding after relationships. I was in a really terrible relationship like 5 years ago, and then like literally a month after I broke up with that guy, I rebounded to my previous ex-boyfriend, and I think that a lot of my issues from that previous relationship kind of intensified in the following relationship. So I think before you get involved with like another person after your breakup, emotionally I could move on and be with somebody else, but you have to make sure that you are in a good place in your life and that you feel like you are ready to overcome some of the issues that were in your previous relationship. Like, I know I've had jealousy problems. Before I get into another relationship, I definitely want to like figure those things out about myself before I go and carry those issues onto another relationship. Also make sure there's no resentment for that other person, because sometimes when you get out of a really hostile or toxic relationship, that resentment and that anger that you have towards that person, you can carry on into your next relationship with a person who like totally doesn't deserve any of that or has not like warranted any of that behavior from you. So definitely just like give things time. Never rebound to another relationship. Always take the time to focus on the person that's most important in your life, which should be yourself. If you're going through a breakup, there are two foolproof ways of getting over it. One of them is getting a dog. How can you be sad when you're around this cute little face all the time? It's like impossible. And then the next step is to change up your appearance. Start working out, start going to the gym. Maybe if you want to gain a few extra pounds, go to the donut shop and get yourself a dozen donuts. Sometimes when you change the outside, it can help change the way you feel inside. And that's pretty much all there is to say about my breakup. I hope that my experience and maybe some of the advice that I gave you guys is somewhat helpful or somewhat applies to like whatever situation that you may be in your life. If you've ever gone through a bad breakup or a good breakup, feel free to share your experience in the comment section below, because I would definitely like to hear what you guys have been through and share your experiences and your advice. That's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a happy holiday. Bye!